picnic. It's usually turned into a ham. Try and cut some of the skin, a little bit of the fat off of it. Get it prepped up. You can leave the skin on it. The smoke doesn't get through the skin very well. And I want my smoke to be in a little bit deeper. Okay, that's what it looks like with the skin off. We'll leave some of this fat on. That'll turn into some flavor within the picnic a little bit later. Discard the skin, and we'll start working on the spices. I'm going to use a myriad of spices here. Got some ground cumin, some smoked paprika, some onion powder, some garlic powder, some chipotle chili pepper, yeah. Mix this in, smooth it around, try and get it worked in here. Flip it over. Clean my hands off. We're going to reapply next round of spices. Alright, hands are clean. Apply same spices again. Ground cumin. Smoked paprika. Onion powder. Garlic powder. And the chipotle pepper. Pat this in again. Put it over. Keep working it in. Just looking for a nice even coat on it. I'm going to let that rest a few minutes at room temperature while we start the smoker, and then we'll get this thing going. Alright, so we're going to light up the smoker using some charcoal. Take some wadded up paper, put it under a chimney. You can also go straight into it, use lighter fluid if you wish. Fill it up with some charcoal. My twist, I like using a propane torch instead of matches or a lighter. Go around and light the bottom of the paper. There's a little bit of flames. We'll start working up the charcoal. And in about 20 minutes, we'll have hot coals with no chemicals to start them. Alright, so it's been about 20 minutes. See, our coals are mostly white in there. So we're going to use this as a lever. We're going to hold this and pick up the whole amount. Come over to here, dump it in. And set this back to get it out of the way. The important thing to note down here, you always want to turn your vent off so that if any get loose, they can't fall through. Keep a set of tongs on you, long handle, so you can reposition how you need to if anything goes off too far. Now we got our coals set. Inside here I have a 9x13 inch pan. Got it filled up with some water to keep smoking chamber moist. And we're ready to add the meat. We have some chunk cherry wood. Just lay that in right on top of the coals. Close the lid. Close the smoker. Wait for it to come up to temperature. In about a half hour, smoker's holding around 250. I'll check back in a little bit more. Wait about an hour before we start looking at the charcoal. Alright, so we're about an hour in. We're dropping the temp just a little bit. So I'm reloading some more charcoal. Same way I lit it before. We'll dump it in and add some more wood chips. This shouldn't get down too much lower before I can get the fresh charcoal in. So about every hour you want to add a little bit more. Using the chimney will prevent all that nasty smoke from getting into your meat, and you don't have to worry about any chemicals. Alright, it's been about another 20 minutes. Our next charcoal is ready to go. We're going to start by closing our vent. We're going to open our lid. Take the chimney just like we did before and dump it in. Reposition any that slide away from the rest of them. There's our last wood completely gone. Close our lid up. Remember to open your vent back open. And put another chunk of wood. And then take a peek in here. See how our meat's going. Got a little pool of blood at the top there, so she's warming up. Still got quite a bit of time left on this cook. So we're about another hour in, 2 hours total. That second batch of charcoal I put in, it spiked up to about 300. Now it's running about 275-ish. I'll keep an eye on that. That ought to settle back into 250. We'll probably get another hour out of that charcoal. We'll check back later. Alright, it's been about 2 hours on this charcoal, down to about 200 degrees. About 20 minutes ago I lit up another fresh batch of charcoal we're going to dump in. Same as before, we're going to make sure our grate's closed. Open up, dump the fresh batch in. Readjust any that fall out. Put some fresh wood on. Close it up. Now since we're about 3 hours in, we're going to open this up and see what kind of temperature we're looking at in there right now. 3 hours in, we're about 107-ish. You get different temperatures as you prod around in there some. Close it back up. We should see the temperature start climbing here shortly. Got the next batch of charcoal ready to dump in. This one has fizzled down. Over to close your holes. Open it back up after you get your charcoal in. About 2 more pieces of wood in here. I put them at the edges where it's not quite as hot, so they'll last a little longer. And we're going to check the temperature of our picnic. Setting about 143, 44. And it's touching bone right there at 135. We got a little bit ways to go. See you back in a little bit. I lit up hopefully the last charcoal that I need. Kind of give you a little background. This will be about a bag of Kingsford charcoal. One of the larger bags used for the smoke. We're going to dump it in. The pork is at least 145-ish all the way through. We need to get about another 15 or so degrees to finish it off. Hopefully in the next hour we can reach that. So here we go. Yep. Part of the problem that we're running into is that the air underneath the charcoal is filled with coals, so we're not getting good airflow under there anymore. So it's a little much. Typically I'll pull it off at around 140 and put it on the gas grill and finish it off. Alright, so we're looking about 7.5 hours in. It's nighttime. It is middle of February. There's our piece of meat right there. We'll get it inside. I'll show you the temperature. Alright, we're about 170 degrees, 169 right on the edge there. So this piece of meat's ready to be cut up and turned into dinner.